We're taking Stephen Fry on a trip down memory lane and cooking up a perfect apple pie like the one his housekeeper used to make him as a boy.
So first up, your initial problems with pastry have been because of warm hands?
Yeah, but I think because of warm hands. I mean, I've always assumed that's the reason that it always sticks to my hands, it sticks to the rolling pin.
I think it's probably more speed and sort of fluency and confidence. And the classic pastry, generally speaking, is half fat to flour.
Yeah.
So 500 grams of flour and 250 grams of beautiful butter. But we are making a sweet pastry, so we will add some icing sugar, and that's 100 grams.
Oh,
also, we're going to flavour it with some vanilla.
I love vanilla. So now you're basically just rubbing with your fingers and thumbs.
Yeah, from my thumb to the fourth and third fingers. I'm going for it quite quickly. Now, if I want a really short pastry...
Oh, you can help me here. What does a short pastry mean?
It means there's a high proportion of fat, so it becomes crumbly. It will also be quite fine and thin.
And that's the hardest thing to do, thin pastries.
Yes. Now I've got these nice little chunks.
Yeah.
I'm going to put 2 eggs in here. So I'm going to bring this together and just a little splash of milk. I don't want to overwork it. We can put it on here.
Now it's ready for the marble.
I will cut it in half.
So one bit's going to be the base, one the lid, I guess.
You are all over this. To make our life easy, while it is pliable, let's just start helping. So this thing about hot hands, this will be a small part of fixing that. This will go in the fridge.
Glorious.
And we'll let it rest, but we'll also let it firm. So I'd like to take you onto the filling. So we've peeled 2 kilos of apples, and this is nice because this is when we can get the apples of your childhood. The village is called Booton, right?
It is, that's right.
So these are the Bootons.
Yep. And this knife here, this size knife, is what they call a chef's knife, isn't
Yes. Well, I just like a big chopper.
it? Way hey.
Add 40 grams of butter, 100 grams of golden caster sugar and a pinch of allspice to a medium hot pan.
So in we go with the apples. We're going to add 200 mils of water.
Yep.
And we're going to let that just cook away until it's soft. So let's get some of this pastry out.
Exciting.
So to help you with the problem that you were having with hot hands, what we'll do is we'll use greaseproof paper.
A flourless rolling.
Yep. Put that on top. Like
Get
this.
out. Brilliant. Pay attention. This is fabulous.
What this also allows us to do is not have sticky fingers and kind of get in a mess.
Yeah.
It takes a little longer.
It doesn't take longer than bursting into tears and washing your hands, throwing it away and starting again.
You can see that works beautifully. Okay.
Just peels off.
Yep. Right. We are going to place this on here.
Yeah.
And then just kind of encourage.
Yeah.
And just use the soft parts of your hand.
Oh, so it's going right in the flutes.
You can let this rest a little bit. So I'll put this in the fridge now. If you look at these apples now, I'm just going to sieve it and take the juice out. Then reduce this liquor by half.
Yeah. Till it becomes a lovely syrup.
Yeah. Nice and thick. Well, are you ready for the next stage?
Certainly, yeah.
So look, here is our pastry. I've cooked that for 15 minutes.
Right.
And then I took it out and I brushed it with some egg yolks. Popped it back for 15 minutes.
Back in the oven?
Yep, back in the oven. And what we've done is
glaze.
And a waterproof layer. No soggy bottoms here.
Yeah.
Now, we're going to get our pastry out again.
This is the top layer. This is for the lid.
Yes.
Yeah.
We're going to do a kind of lattice. Now, this is the exciting bit. We're going to show off.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, as you say, bedazzling.
Bedazzling.
Yes, thank you.
Bedazzling.
I'd forgotten for a moment I was in Essex. You've got to look after your south end.
So, what we have here is another pastry.
Oh, yes.
And this is where I'm going to take this roller instead of a knife, and I'm going to use the ruler.
Yeah.
And I am going to just cut it like this. It's laborious.
But satisfying, yes.
So what we're going to do now is lay our sheets on here, and then we're going to go half at a time.
So you lift every other one?
Yes, you've got it. We're going to start to lay
you're gonna
these
have to
little
lift
bad boys
bits, aren't you?
across.
So it's how you interweave the strips is
Yes.
the key.
So now I've gone down and I've pulled this up, and it's the opposite.
Right. So you go over the horizontal.
Yeah. I just don't want it to break or snap.
No. And do you know there's a very good word for a crispy, breakable thing, like a good pastry, which I've always liked because it has my name in it. It's friable. It's an old English word, yeah.
Did you do really well at school?
I was always good at exams, but I was very badly behaved, so I was thrown out of a lot of schools.
Were you?
Oh, yes. Yeah, I was expelled.
Were you?
Yes. I was an awful child. Monstrous, wicked, dreadful. Look at this, while I've been talking. Look, a round of applause for Jamie Oliver. Look at that. That's stunning.
We are picking up from where Mrs. R left off.
We sure are.
So we do need to do the rows. How would you normally do it?
I'm trying to remember. I'm going to do a square over here.
Okay.
And something like... That is definitely not a rose.
Would you like a little cheats way to do it?
Yes, please.
Take a little circle like this,
Yes.
and if you line it up like this, slightly overlapping, and you cut it in half, you roll it up.
Oh,
Like
yes. That's the effect she somehow got. But...
So look.
Oh, that's glorious.
To add even more indulgence, we're making some pastry stems and leaves, then leaving the lid to chill back in the fridge.
This is the exciting bit because we're making it now. Another little cheat. What you can do is use a speed peeler and just trim it down.
That's clever.
So back to the filling. Remember, we sieved it.
Yes.
And we reduced this lovely... Look how jellified that is.
The best apple pies have that in, don't they?
Yeah. Now, if you can sprinkle the black berries in, so we'll have chunks of apple and little bursts of blackberry.
This is one of my favourite jobs ever.
Professional blackberry dropper.
Bramble tosser.
Right, let's get our pastry back.
Oh.
What we can do now is just take that off the side.
And it doesn't even flop down.
And it doesn't flop down. I mean, you've got to be careful. And then what we can do is put this on, and then let's do this together, because I feel like we've probably bonded over this part. So just find the edge, and then just use your weight to push your finger, and use your thumb to cut it off the edge.
So it really does cut off. It's just exquisite.
So what I'm going to do now is just a little bit of brushing, and get some sugar just sprinkled on top, not too much. So this now goes into the oven, 180 for about 40 minutes.
Magical. See you later, darling.
We're going to make creme chantilly.
Oh!
So this is double cream.
Yeah.
We will also add just a little sugar and just a little vanilla and a light whisking.
Oh, yes.
Are you a custard boy? See,
I love the taste of it, but the skin literally makes me heave. I used to forge letters from my mother to the school to say I wasn't to eat any milk puddings, but they would saw through that straight away. Yeah.
If you carry on whipping
I will
that,
happily do that.
I have some non-skinned custard.
Very good. It's thickening.
And the trick is to not over-whip it, of course.
No.
Now, are you ready for the moment?
Is it ready? Look at that. Oh, bravo. And look how it's cooked so beautifully.
So then the question is, can we take it out?
Oh, you can do it in your arm. Wow. Oh. Ta-da, isn't it?
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Jimmy! OK, we have the chantilly.
Oh, that's glossy and gloopy and gorgeous.
Hot custard. Stephen Fry, are you ready for your moment?
Yes.
Oh, it's almost too beautiful to cut, isn't it?
It really is. It's sensational.
Look at that.
Wow.
Would you like custard or cream or both?
I have a little bit of both, I think.
Oh my God, I agree with you.
Bit of both. Oh, heavens. May I?
Enjoy.
Oh.
Hey!
It's heaven. It's heaven.